So guys, today I wanted to talk about basically radars. So we are here in the dev server and the radars got changed slightly or even severely if you want in some of them in certain situations. So there was 4 new changes that they implemented. Some of them I will manage to show to you guys, some of them I might not, but I will tell you guys as well. And yeah, we start off with the first one. This, if you go here to the X-ray, you will notice that there is a certain TWS plus in some of the aircraft, okay? So the Mirage 2005F, the MiG-29 SMT, the ARC-141, the Su-39, the MiG-21 Bison, the AV-8B Plus in all its variants, the F-16Cs and Ds, F-14s A's and B's, F-15Cs 2Es, Eurofighter, and even the Tornado F3s, they got basically this new mode, okay, which is the TWS plus. How does this work? So I'm gonna show to you guys on the Eurofighter, but it will work on the same manner for all the raiders that have the TWS plus situation. Okay, and what this is basically a modernization to the TWS that we had in these raiders specifically, right? So we have the normal TWS here. I'm gonna wait for a detection, and you will notice that every time it does a full lock, it will do an update on where the target is, or a full lock, no, a full scan, right? So every time it completes, it redo one more, you know, so it is a little bit more realistic and a little bit more, it's just quicker in general to do the update on the radar. Okay, so more modern radars that have the TWS plus will be able to do this once the scan is, you know, finish it, the whole scan pattern. It will do a very quick update. It will have a quick look on where the target is. As you see, for some reason the Eurofighter radar is kind of weird right now. It's like offset on where the target is, but you get the idea, right? So let me go to those targets over there. Hold up. So notice how every time the radar finishes up the you know, the scan, so I'm gonna increase here, so it's going upwards and downwards and everything, it will have one more update there, and it will be a little bit quicker to do this update and reacquire where the lock or where the target is. Okay, that's how it's supposed to be working. Work in progress still, but it is an improvement over the TWS from before. So every time you see a TWS plus there, you will notice that it is a little bit of a quicker update on that. Okay, then we go for electronic scanned array radars. There is basically 3 aircraft that have these for now: the Su-34, the Su-30SM, and the Rafale. So all these 3 aircraft will have an ability now. So I'm gonna show to you guys on the Su-30SM because it is the newer aircraft, but you will have that with the Rafale and the Su-34 as well. With electronic scanned array radars, you will be able to basically have a very fast detection, but not only that, in TWS, for example, let me wait for the detection for those targets right there. Okay, we have a detection there. If you go to the side and look to the side, for example, look at the radar screen right now, it's still going to update after the first initial detection where those targets are. So basically with the electronic scanner array, even if you are looking elsewhere, it is still going to update where those targets were, which is an incredible thing. It really is an incredible thing, and it like really makes it up to be a very interesting change actually. So yeah, see, for example, I had a detection over here, and even if I turn elsewhere, it's still maintaining everything that I need there. The detection even for the missile. See, like even for the missile. So it is a much better way of just maintaining a soft lock with the TWS, or not even a soft lock, but just a detection to get the missile there. So again, let me do it again. So we have a target over here. I'm going to wait for him to actually be pointing towards me, just because of the Doppler effect. But yeah, see, it's right there. I can launch a missile, and I can look elsewhere, and it still will be detecting that target. See, because the electronic scanner array radar is from time to time just, you know, having a quick look on where the target is. Okay, so that's probably the coolest feature ever, really improving the abilities of the electronic scanner array radars, right? The next one is for pulse radars of the third generation fighters. So that would include MiG-23s, for example, F4s, stuff like that. I'm not gonna try to test this thing because I need to get into a match. I just wanna, you know, quickly talk to you about it. So basically these types of radars will now have a retargeting of the actual target itself, and it will ignore basically targets that are too different from the speed of the target that you were locking, meaning chaff, meaning other missiles, meaning other aircraft. So if the target that you were locking, for some reason the radar tries to lock a missile, the chaff or anything like that, it will basically ignore those things and maintain the lock as on the target as long as the target is approaching you or moving away from you. Okay, so it is filtering out all that clutter, and it isn't really a clutter, it's just kind of a bug that happened before, right? So yeah, very, very cool. So third generation jet fighters are going to have a very, very substantial buff onto their radars. And the last one, this one is kind of hard to actually show to you guys, but I'm gonna show to you guys again on the Typhoon over here. And basically what they did is that you can now continue to track, you know, the radar, the target, even if you loses the track, automatically switching to the IRST, and you would still be able to get a shot out. So I'm gonna try to do this. This is kind of hard to replicate, so I'm gonna try to do this very quickly over here. But basically you would be able to shoot even if you don't have a lock, or with the IRST lock, pretty much, right? So we need to make sure that it's automatically changing to the IRST, and then I can fire the missile. Just for you to, you know, if I manually try, it will ask for the radar lock, but if it's automatically going there, then it's gonna be able to basically be able to have a shot with the missile without the radar lock, with the IRST lock basically. So yeah, let me just try to replicate this because it's kind of hard with these bots, but you will get the idea. The faster I go, the better it is. So tracking, see? Tracking, and then I fire a missile. So it's basically losing where the radar is, because this radar is a full stopper radar. It doesn't even have normal, like, it doesn't have modes that are not full stopper, see? And it is changing to that tracking mode. It is basically using the IRST, and you can still fire your missile. So even though it is using the IRST, you can still fire the missile. The only thing about this is that you cannot change manually to the IRST and fire a radar missile. So you have to be on radar, and then automatically it would change to the tracking, and then I would fire just like that. So, and then once he reacquires the lock, I can fire again, right? So it's more of it's not like, oh my god, now you can fire a missile with IRST and other things. It's more like, oh, okay, I can have a safer way of shooting a missile and into the right target, and not losing the lock, and then, oh my god, I need to reacquire the lock and stuff. And the missile, the aircraft is doing everything it can to help the missile out to be shot, okay? So overall, significant buffs on radar in general, but these aircraft that I showed to you guys, they are a little bit better. They're a little bit more modern, and they're just a little bit more interesting, to be honest, especially the electronic scanner array radars. Those things are amazing. Let me just show to you guys in the Rafale, for you French mains that love that thing, how it would work in the Rafale as well. So it's just, I think it's pretty incredible, because this is the proper mechanism that makes electronic scanner array radars be instantaneously detecting everybody. It just needs to do the first detection, and then afterwards it can do whatever it wants, and it will detect everything. It's kind of crazy. So hold up, let me wait for the detection over here. So see, I detected a target over here. I can just move around. And it still is updating those targets, see? Even if I'm looking elsewhere, it is still updating those targets. That's the beauty of Electronics Canada Ray Radars, guys. It is amazing, really is amazing. So much more situational awareness and just an easier understanding of the battlefield. Very, very cool, isn't it? But yeah, basically this is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe. Pretty significant buffs to Raiders. And yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. And see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys. See ya.